Hey guys, welcome back to, I think this is episode 3 of my Out of the Park Baseball 23 playthrough with our fictional series, I guess, the Americas, as we continue our run with the San Jose North Stars. And you can see it's a good month for San Jose here in year number 2, month number 1. We finished 16-9. Take a quick look at the stats. I mean, I don't want to go around the league just yet because it's only 1 month into the season. But second best offense, and it's been our offense that's been good this year, and our pitching staff that's been below average. Josh Botello, our quote-unquote ace, just based on his age and experience, not having a good year. But Heath Brace, following up his Rookie of the Year campaign with another solid start to the season. Kenny Trogdon's been pretty good. We lost Rick Beaumont for almost the year. German Garcia, another pitcher, is out for a while. And then we lost Rogelio Villegas again to injury. And he had gotten off to a super hot start. So this is becoming an issue with him. But otherwise, things look pretty good. Our big free agent signing, Angelo Sanzo, on pace for 39 home runs and 156 RBIs to go along with nearly 8 WAR. We have no money because our owner is a giant douchebag, but that's kind of where we are with it. So yeah, it's the May, June, July episode. So we will play through May. I'll sim June. We'll come back. We'll do July, and then at the end of July, I think we'll kind of do a team by team recap of stats where I just bounce through each team and let you guys look. So I guess we can look at the standings real quick. So the defending champion, Omaha Fire, off to another hot start, 16-8. The Flint Arrows, a team that went nuts in the offseason with spending money, are 15-11. Just a terrible offense. Bad offense, good pitching staff. We have the second best record in the West right now behind Omaha. Out East, it's the same 2 teams as it was last year. Dallas and Leon. Leon 17-8. Dallas 17-7. Chihuahua again struggling, 8-18, and Edmonton 8-17 out west. So we got Phoenix followed by 3 games at home followed by an extended road trip. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 game road trips. Let's see how. Yeah, Garcia's out for 9 months. That's not good. So we win the game, but we've lost 2 of our starting pitchers here for the majority of the season. So who do we backfill that with? There's not a lot here. Are there any free agents? Cowan's out for 4 months. We got Alex Herrera, who looks okay. So if we sign Herrera, we'll bring him up. So let's see how things went here. So we win 6-3. Price, who's gotten off to a rough start, couple of hits a couple of home runs. Sanzo with another home run. Trogdon goes 5 1/3, bullpen. I moved Beagle out of the rotation because he was really bad, and since he was so good as a reliever last year, I figured we'd just put him back in there as a reliever and see how he does. Game 2 at home against Phoenix is another win, 8-0 this time. Hunt and Soto each with 4 hits. Mejia drives in 3. Soto gets the win, 5 shutout innings. Vallejo, 3 shutout innings. Did we sign? Where would he be? I would assume he would be there. Free. He might be here. Nope. Did he not sign yet? Is that the thing? Yeah, he hasn't signed yet. All right. Game 3 against Phoenix. We look for the sweep. We don't get it. So now we're on the road against Winnipeg. It's a 3-2 loss. Did he sign yet? There he is. All right, Alex Herrera. Let's make him a long reliever. So we've lost a couple straight here. Make it 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 6 in a row, 7 in a row. That's 8 losses in a row. Make it 9. And there we go. We break the 9-game losing streak. We beat the Wings in extras 5-2. Guzman 3 for 5, 3 RBIs. Sands only hitting .252. Caballero pitches well, 6 innings. So what's been... Yeah, our pitching hasn't been good. Brace isn't pitching. Botello isn't pitching. Nobody's pitching particularly well. Pitching coach, yeah, gets along with everybody but Vallejo, but, I mean, that's okay, I guess. So, a rough stretch there. We're still in first place. We're half a game up. But, yeah, not a good stretch of baseball by any means. We've already lost as many games this month as we lost all of last month. Final game against Las Vegas is a win. So we bounce back at the end of the trip, pick up 2 wins over the second-place team, which is nice. Sincata goes 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Sanzo has 3 hits. McMahon 3 hits. McLean 3 RBIs. Brace picks up his 3rd win of the season. I need Villegas back. We don't have a lot of depth. We got Trevino, who'll probably be ready in a year, maybe 2. Yeah, we got a lot of players that are a couple of years away. No real players. Like Sandoval developed nicely here over the last year, I think. Yeah, you can see he spiked. His potential dropped, but some of his other stuff has spiked here. But he's not ready yet. Yeah, we don't have anybody who's ready. So we don't have a lot of depth, which is a concern. And then Sanzo, given his age, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe I got a little ahead of myself here this offseason, bringing in Sanzo. Maybe the right move is to see how things go this year and then potentially offload. I think Botello is somebody we're probably looking to move. See what we can get for him. Actually, let's just take a look and see what we can get for him. Let's look at batters first. Yeah, I mean, we can get a decent player. I mean, I don't know that we're going to get a game breaker for him. A 22-year-old catcher, 24-year-old catcher. I mean, we will need a catcher because we're probably not going to re-sign McRae since his contract is like his ARB number is like $7 million next year. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to make any deals right this second. But, I mean, there are some, decent names on here, I guess. I mean, I don't know what their ratings look like because I don't know a lot of the players, obviously. But, given that they're 2 stars, that at least 2.5 stars, it at least tells me that there are options. This guy looks pretty good, but he's fragile, and his contract is even worse beyond this season, so that doesn't help me. Yeah, pitching. Oh, I mean, there's, again, still some 2.5 star guys here. None of them are. These aren't prospects. These aren't guys that are going to, develop into stars. I mean, they're useful players, right? They're helpful players, but nobody that's going to really kind of change the fortunes of a team. And maybe that's all we can really expect out of Botello, given his contract and his age and whatnot. So let's continue on our road trip here. It's 3 wins in a row, so that's nice. After 9 losses in a row, we bounce back. Sanzo 3 for 5, scores 5 runs. Guzman and Sanzo each drive in 3. Estrada picks up his first win of the year. Game 2 in Vancouver is a 4-1 loss. Now we're back home for a couple of days before we go right back out on the road. Keith Brace is suspended for 6 games. That's not good. We're under 500. We were 16-7. We are now 22-22. So not great, but we win here. Gilliam 2 for. He's having a nicer season this year than he had last year out of the chute. 839 OPS. I mean, with that eye and discipline, he could be our leadoff hitter if he can hit just enough. Sanzo with 3 hits. Estrada picks up another win. On the road now against the Privateers. Loss and then a win. Soto 3 for 5. McMahon 2 for 4. 6 RBIs. He's having a nice season. So all that talk about wanting to move him or wanting to replace him in the offseason, and he's doing a nice job. He's doing a nice job here for us. Trogdon with the victory. 3. 17-2 loss, and then we lose Herrera, who we just signed, and he's awful. That's quality right there. Oh, boy. Okay. I guess we can call it Perez. He's as good as anything else we have out there. Villegas is now unclear. That's not good. So as good as we were in April, that's how bad we've been here in May. That's crazy how quickly our fortunes have turned, so to speak. Osorio has 3 RBIs. Soto drives in a couple. Brace gets the win. Back-to-back victories, so we're 1 game under 500 now. We're in first place, but we're 1 game under 500. Price 2 for 4. He's got that average up. That's what I like to see. If he can hit 240 or 250, he is insanely valuable with that defense. Mejia, couple hits, couple RBIs. Trogdon gets the win. So we look to get back to 500 against Denver. We lose. We win. So again, 1 more game. If we can win the final game of the month, we will end the month 500. Guzman 2 for 4, 5 runs knocked in. Estrada with the victory in the final game of May. It's a 10-7 loss. All right, so we're back under 500, or back to 2 games under 500, but still in first place. So Garcia out for the year, but just got better, so that's nice. So we got a pretty solid bullpen arm, it looks like, coming out of the pen next season. Trevino's stock dropped a bit, but he's been really good in short A. I think we call him up. Let's call him up to A-ball. Sandoval's down to 4 stars because, of course, he is. He's not injured anymore, so it's just a matter of when he's going to start pitching. All right. So we're 26 and 28. And this is, I mean, we're in first place, but we're not good. League standings out east, we got the Silverhawks, the best team in the East, with New Orleans in second place in the division, second best record in the league. The West is just a meat grinder. The best team in the West is Omaha at 32 and 20, but you got a lot of teams sitting right around 500. In the East, or in the West, it's Dallas, New Orleans, Leon, and then everybody else. So yeah, very different things here going on in the 2 divisions. Second best offense and one of the worst pitching staffs, which is weird. That's not what I anticipated from this team. Not what I anticipated from this team. So hopefully Trevino continues to pitch better, and that's somebody we can lean on. Later this, or maybe next season. I don't want to call him up yet. He's not ready. But right now, it's our pitching staff hasn't been good. I feel like Trogdon should be a lot better than he is, given his ratings. Caballero is replacement level. Estrada, I mean, with the control, I feel like, this is fine. He's league average, but Botello's been terrible. So that might be somebody we look to move in the upcoming, 2 months? 2 months, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and sim through June, and when we come back, we will do July. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. It's July 1st, and we are just a different team with Rogelio Villegas out there. He came back sometime in June, and we just absolutely, it was another good month. It was just another good month. 17 and 10. So 16 and 9 in April. Villegas went down. We went 10 and 19 in May. Came back in June. We went 17 and 10. So offensively, we're still very, very good. Our pitching staff is still struggling. But we made another deal, and it was another deal for really for the. I don't want to say we mortgaged the present for the future, but we made a deal, and we traded. Here, I'll show you. I will show you. We sent Josh Botello, along with Chris Thomas, who was a very good relief pitcher. He was doing really, really well for us, but we needed him in the deal to make it happen. And he's a free agent, so we're likely not to be able to re-sign him. So Botello, Chris Thomas, 23-year-old Ricardo Estrada, who hadn't pitched well for us this year, or had pitched well for us this year, but you got to give talent to get talent. So we gave up Estrada and Rodney LaChance, just a 2-star 21-year-old. And in return, we pick up Sean Nuffer, who's a 25-year-old. Looks pretty good. Ground ball pitcher, 3 excellent pitches. Was above average last season. The low movement's a little bit scary, but ground ball pitcher with 3 good pitches, and he's cheap. So we picked him up. We picked up Lane Adario as a bullpen arm, sidearm kind of guy. Hasn't been particularly good with us, but high BABIP. I think he'll be okay. And the big piece of this was 19-year-old Jesus Mendes. He was the number 7 pick in the draft a year ago. So we got him as part of our young stable of pitchers. Now he's number 14 prospect in baseball. So now our minor league pitching staff is pretty stacked. We got Dave Trevino, who's a little bit further along because he's 22. So we got Trevino, but in AAA we have, or in rookie ball rather, we have Francisco Sandoval, we have Jesus Mendes, and we have, where is the third guy? Is he hurt? Arroyo. David Arroyo. So we have 3 4-star 18-year-old pitchers in the minor leagues. 4 18-year-old minor leaguers ready to go. Sandoval's now 20. I think it's time to move him up just based off his ratings. We can call up Castro as well. So we made that deal. But overall, 43-38, we are in first place. Fans are coming out to the ballpark. Fan interest is a 59. The loyalty is above average. So if we can get that loyalty up, or we can get that interest up, we should be able to maintain a pretty solid bottom line. So in theory, we should be able to either get more money from our owner or have him invest more into scouting and development. So Heath Brace is hurt. He's out for 3 more weeks, which is a bit of a bummer. But we'll get him back sooner or later. So that's kind of where we are offensively. Yeah, look at Villegas. We'll look at the team stats here. So Villegas, 2.1 WAR in 41 games. He's been electric at the top of the order for us at 924 OPS. Angelo Sanzo has been terrific. 15 home runs, 51 RBIs, 133 OPS plus, and playing fantastic center field. Guillermo Soto just a masher. Defensively, his zone rating is bad. His efficiency is okay, but he is hitting 898 OPS, 2.8 WAR. Benito Mejia hitting over 300, driving in a bunch of runs. Kevin Price, average is a bit light, but that's what we're going to get out of him. But again, still very, very good defensively. Danny McMahon, that average is dripped. It's dropped. So again, maybe a new third baseman is in our future. Troy Gilliam has really turned it on. 308, 382, 517. If that eye discipline turns into an 80, he is our leadoff hitter for the future. It might be a DH, but he'll be our leadoff hitter. McRae's been terrible. Sincata's been terrible. So I think we limit how much those guys see the field. Gargules actually becomes our starting catcher. Yeah, we make Gargules our starting catcher. I don't want McLean starting every second game. I want him starting like every 6th game, but he can be he's already listed as a defensive sub. Okay. I think Hunt coming in for Villegas is a good idea just because of the injury history for Rogelio. So getting somebody else he's down to 3 stars. Wow. Okay. And then pitching, we look very different. How quickly things change, right? So Kenny Trogdon is still there. He's our de facto ace until we get Brace back. And then the rest of our bullpen, or rest of our rotation, Nuffer, Viejo, Caballero, and Soto looks very different than what we had started with a year ago. So it's kind of how things are going. It is... Where is International Amateurs? Oh, it's tomorrow. Okay. So we got one more game, or we got 2 games left here against Vancouver. We win that one 6-5. We lose Soto for 6 weeks. So doing a number on our pitching staff here, and it's really testing our depth, to say the least. We win this one 6-5. Price has 3 hits. Hits his 11th home run of the year. Soto goes 6. The rest of the bullpen does okay. We got to call up yet another 2-star pitcher. Oh, good. Sandoval's now hurt. I guess Monty, I don't know who to call up. I don't really have anybody to call up. I mean, everybody's pretty terrible. This guy looks fun. But he's been awful in AAA, so... Yeah, I literally don't have a pitcher to call up. I guess we call up Egan, and let's just sort our minor league system and bring up a bunch of bullpen arms that are no good. So who goes into the rotation now? Perez only 2-pitch pitcher. Cameron, I guess. Ugh. Yuck. Okay, so now it is international amateur. We don't have any money because our owner doesn't give us money. So, yeah, we probably won't be able to do much with international amateurs. We'll see, though. He's happy with our record. He should be happy with everything. Yeah. Expiring. We are... Oh, I got to remember to set this. I'm not dealing with my minor league personnel. We'll let the AI do that. Top 100 prospects. We have number 4. What do we have for international? I think we have, what, like $2.5 million or something? Yeah, like we're not going to be able to sign any of these guys. Like, that's just not going to happen. $5 million. So can we make, will any of these guys be interested in a $5 million offer? I mean, I highly doubt it, but we can see. Yeah, I mean, we'll offer Hernandez a contract, but my guess is it gets outbid relatively quickly. So we lose 4-2. Yeah. And we can keep trying. We can see if any of these guys are interested. He's got a max offer. Carrillo. 5010. So wait, we have because we have extra cash, so we can spend the money. Okay, well that changes things. Yeah, let's take a run at Pedro Hernandez and let's offer him. He's got a max offer. Shoot. Okay. Catcher. Haewon Lee. 7 7493180. Submit him a max offer and see what he says. Be nice to get a solid bat prospect into our minor leagues. Nope. All right. I mean, I guess we can make a run at the first baseman. 7493180. You get creative, right, with what you have. So we've lost a couple games in a row here, which isn't good. Finally bounced back with a victory there. McMahon, a couple hits, couple RBIs. Vallejo pitches well. 3-1 win in 10. Price, couple of hits, couple RBIs. Cameron, wow, it's a pretty solid start for Matt Cameron. I wasn't expecting that. Another win, 7-2, so good road series here for us up north in Winnipeg. Sanzo, 2 hits, 2 RBIs. Price, 2 RBIs. Guzman, 2 hits. Nuffer goes 6 1/3. Guzman and Price each homer. So did we sign the first baseman? Did we pick up a big bat? We did. Suna Hayashi signs with the San Jose North Stars. Let's get a scouting report on him. Let's see what we see. So we already won that game. We already looked at that box score. When we get to the end of the month, we'll take a quick look around the league. So the All-Star games. In the West, we got Who made it? Guillermo Soto, no surprise there. And Sanzo and Villegas. So we had 3 All-Stars, Villegas, Sanzo, and Soto. We didn't have anybody make it from our pitching staff, which is not a surprise. And the prospect game, we got Mendes, we got Trevino, we got Napoli's, Napolis. Napolis? Napoli's. I'm going to call him Napoli's. I think that's it. So, yeah, a couple players in the Futures game, a couple people in the All-Star game. Draft coming up. Same day as the... we lose 2-0 going into the break. So we're still in first place, 47 and 42. And it is draft time. We're picking 9th. Yeah, average scouting across the board is not ideal, but that's okay. So who does our scout think we should take? Jorge Vilema. No, I don't like that work ethic at all. Low work ethic. What is it with the low work ethic, guys? Low work ethic. And then not a lot of bats. Wow. I mean, maybe he is the... I mean, the changeup, I don't know that he's ever going to be a starter, honestly, with that changeup the way it is. Kind of gravitating towards Wojciech. Low work ethic, but very, very good defensively. Got a good bat. And we need offensive talent in this in our team. So we're going to take Charlie Wojciech here with the number 9 overall pick. I think he's more of a sure bet than that pitcher. Now it's our pick again, Willie Cordaro. He's impossible to sign. I can't afford to sign any impossible guys. That's a shame because he looks pretty okay. What about pitchers now? Rosema, high work ethic guy. I mean, we do need relief help. Cody Cochran looks okay. I'm not crazy about the movement, and he doesn't throw all that hard. But that could change. I mean, he is only 18 years old, but fastball potential. Right now, he's a one-pitch, 18-year-old pitcher. He would get destroyed in any league. I think I'm going to go Cochran. Yeah, in rookie ball, Cochran looks really, really good. So, Cody Cochran is going to be the second pick for San Jose. So Rosem is still there. That's kind of what I was hoping. Probably end up taking him. Yeah, we're going to take him. We're going to take the 5-star potential reliever, John Rosema, as our number 3 pick. I guess technically our number 4 pick. Alfredo Cardenas. Jeff Gold is probably that pick. Yeah, decent contact, decent gap power, decent eye, decent avoid K, high loyalty, low greed. He's a ways away, but he looks like an okay bat. And we keep going. You got any pitchers that are actually hitters? Doesn't appear that way. Guillermo Gonzalez. I like him. Yeah, we'll take Guillermo Gonzalez. Not really concerned about the rating, about the potential, like the stars potential. I'm more concerned about the actual ratings, right? That's where our focus needs to be. Steve Hernandez, 18-year-old with high work ethic, sure. All right, what's next? We are going to look at fielding. That's not a good catcher class. Fortunato Magnaldi. Low work ethic. So many low work ethic guys. And then we got Trent Schick. Yep, we're going to take him. Hopefully we can sign him. Outfield range. Mark Backstrom. Yep, he's an infield. He can play all the positions pretty well. Nate White, low leader, low loyalty, but decent enough ratings. Earl Yoakum. Low adaptability, low intelligence, but good defense, good speed. Let's look at individual pitch potential. See if we've got any. Oof, look at this guy. 21 years old. Fastball, curveball, splitter, forkball, knuckle curve, elite stuff, terrible movement, terrible control. Oof. That is a pitcher. Jeremy Clark is not any good. Not a super good draft to have a top 10 pick, to be completely honest. But I feel like we did okay. Take Raul Sanchez. The low work ethic means he's probably never going to develop, but any knuckleballers? Nope. All right, I'm going to let the AI finish up. Let's negotiate. So let's sign. How much money do we have? 18 million. So we can sign everybody, which is good. So let's just go ahead and offer these guys, the ones that are over slot first. Because if you sign the guys that are over slot first, you can still offer the slot amount to everybody else, even if you're over budget. Because if you're over budget, you can't offer anything more than the slot amount. So it's a good idea to always offer these guys first and then come back and talk to these guys, assuming all they want is the slot number, because you should be able to get them signed. So, all right. Fans still coming out. We have no money. McRae's going to be gone next season. I would like to bring Mejia back. We'll see. I don't know if we're going to have the money to do that, since literally like a third of our payroll is tied up in Angelo Sanzo. I'm curious. Yeah, not any elite players, because I think of the dollar amount that he's making. But maybe that's something we can talk about in the offseason. Ultimately, my plan is to build up the fan interest here, and with a decent season this season, that might happen. So we will see. We will see. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so I mean, ideally, we can build up the team this year, and we can make a postseason run, and build up that fan interest, because with the fan loyalty at above average, one good season might kick that up to good, which should, in theory, give us more money. But we don't have any real money to make any moves, so it's going to be about kind of finding a team that's just looking to get rid of a contract and seeing if we can get them to kind of eat, whatever's left on the deal without taking much on in return. I want pitchers. I mean, I kind of want pitchers and hitters, but I mean, right now I can't be picky. I can kind of get what I can get. Like Rich Colin might be good if I can get them to retain. Okay, so they want, and I'm not giving up any of our. I mean, we've got 5 really good potential pitching prospects, and then I don't really want to give up many of my. That's the thing, is I don't really want to give up much of my real talent. So I don't know that the AI is going to be interested. Yeah, I'm not giving up any of those players for Colin. So we might have to just kind of deal with what we have. Someone on a rehab assignment, or is it? Oh, yeah. All right, well, you refuse to be demoted, then I'm just going to release you. All right, then we got Phoenix coming up here. 6-2 loss, 3-1 loss, 8-2 win. 2 RBIs for Gilliam, Mejia, and Price. Trogdon gets the victory. We need Brace back. We need at least 2 legit starters in our rotation, I think. Another win, Mejia with 2 more RBIs. Doesn't hit for a lot of power, but pretty solid bat. That 320 batting average is important. Caballero pitches 8, shutout to get the win. We get Brace back in how long? A couple weeks? 5 days. Okay. So let's get through the Chicago series and kind of see where we stand there. So we lose to Denver, lose to Denver, we lose to Denver. We are still in first place, but we're only a game up on the records now. Into Chicago now against the Privateers. There's Brace. That's going to be a big help. Vallejo can probably go to triple. And not Vallejo, no. Egan pitched in 3 games. Lujan. Yeah, and we got a couple players that just belong nowhere near a Major League Ball club right now. We just don't have the depth. Let's get Brace in there for Vallejo. Make Vallejo the long reliever. 6-2 win. Is that Kenny's first game back? Well, Caballero with another good start. Price with his 15th home run. Final game of the series against Chicago is a 1-0 victory. That 1 run on a home run by Guzman in the 7th. Heath Brace is back. 7 shutout. So we're a game and a half up on Denver in the division. Or in the division. Pitching is what we need, I think, right? Our offense is fine. Yeah, our offense is fine. We need pitching. I mean, some of these numbers don't look bad, but it's the back half of the bullpen that's so bad. So can we find a reliever that the AI is willing to trade us that doesn't cost a ton of money? Like, I would like to pick up someone like this. He doesn't cost a lot of money, but he's probably AI is probably going to want a crap ton. They really don't. Okay. I bet I can make this work without giving up one of my top talents. I mean, am I against giving up Beaumont? I don't believe that I am at this point. Raider, what is his... I mean, if he's disruptive, I'm not interested in picking him up. So let's look at personality. What's his name? I already forgot his name. Raider. Let's do it this way. He's unmotivated. Okay, I'm fine with unmotivated. Can we get anything else to help our team? Another pitcher you want to give us? It's Jason Radcliffe. No. Luis Romo. Giving up any of those players. All right, I'm fine with this. So we'll give up Rick Beaumont, whose stock has fallen pretty substantially here since we drafted him as a 23-year-old. He's got one good pitch. He's now a 50-50-45 guy. And in return, we get Nick Rader, who can help solidify our bullpen for this season. So let's make that deal. We improve our bullpen. Yeah, I know. He has to be on the 40-man. So who gets sent to the minors? Lujan. Bring in Raider. Because if you can make the postseason, you're dealing with, really, you're only going to throw like 4 or 5 pitchers, right? So Adams, Rode, Vasquez, Raider can be like the 4 main people out of our bullpen. We can bring in a Dario. So, yeah. And, we can figure out the rotation, if we have to lean on Brace and Trogdon on 3 days rest or whatever, we can. So let's get through July. 4-1 win over Las Vegas, so another divisional win for us, which is big. McMahon, a couple of hits. Nuffer pitches really well. We went 2 out of 3 in Vegas, which is huge. McMahon, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Villegas, 2 hits, 2 runs knocked in. McMahon with his 10th home run. Trogdon, 6 shutout. And we got Flint for 3 at home. 6-5 win over the 57-45 Flint Arrows. Sanzo, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. He may get moved in the offseason if our owner doesn't give us more money, but that's, as I like to say, a problem for future Aaron. It's not a problem for current Aaron. So back-to-back wins over Flint. That's 5 out of 6. Sanzo, 3 for 4, 3 RBIs. McMahon continues to hit. It's his 12th home run. Brace goes 6. Bullpen blows it, but ultimately we end up winning. Final game of the month for us is a 6-3 loss. Let's get through the deadline. We'll look at the teams, and we'll call it an episode. Bit shorter episode here today, just because I'm still on the road. So I want to make sure I get something out so that we can kind of keep up to date. So Gilliam gets better, which is nice. He's having a good season. Trevino gets better. Sandoval's ratings drop a bit. He still looks like an effective pitcher. Not really pitching in short season well yet. I don't know that he's going to be the guy that we thought he was going to be, but should still be okay. So Nate White, that was a guy we drafted this season. So Wojciech. Okay, so everybody signed. So we will disable Cody Cochran. Okay, he looks all right, too. We will disable. We will disable. We can enable here, enable here, and here. Here and here. Yeah, so a lot of our picks last year weren't, and that's what happens in this. And part of this is that our scout or our owner won't give us any money for player development. So the players are not developing like you would like, which is obviously no good. But okay, so Hayashi looks pretty solid. We don't have a lot of help in AAA right now. So, all right, standings. So the Quebec Nordiques, the former Montreal Gulls, in first place. They made the championship season. They made the championship a year ago. They're in first place in a tight Northeast division. They're being led by Michael Carter and Brian Shuford. You got the Navigators at 55 and 52. Middle of the pack offensively, good pitching staff. Javier Bernal, 27 home runs, 3 10-game winners for them. Toronto, one of the worst teams in the league a year ago. Looks like they're having a better season this year. Their ratings suggest they should be better than they are, but they're struggling with injuries, it looks like. Toby Smith, a big season. Chris Young with a really nice year for them as well. And the Buffalo Slayers, good offense, can't really pitch. Matt Kramer and Franklin Garcia. Mario Bueno, all right, I forgot about him. Bueno having a big season. Jordan Henderson is doing okay as a 24-year-old. In the Gulf Division, Dallas continues to be the cream of the crop. Out east, second best offense, best pitching staff. Luis Zuniga having himself another nice season, this time with Dallas coming over from Kansas City in the offseason. Offensively, not a ton of home runs, but just kind of across the board, they look like a pretty good team. There's their leading home run hitter, Brian Worthington, is out. The Bulldogs having a nice second season. Middle of the pack offensively, good bullpen. Starters are okay. Dan Everett is kind of their leader offensively, and then 3 8-game winners. The Sparks, Zachary Hayward, 307, 23 home runs, and Harry Boyette having a nice season down in Miami after coming over from Dallas. And the Atlanta Seals, can't hit, can't pitch. They're being led by Frank Harrow. In the EC Border Division, Leon continues to dominate there with just a ridiculous offense. The home runs in that ballpark are just stupid. Ian Crenshaw with just a crazy good season, hitting 370 right now, but they already have 9 players with more than 10 home runs. 8 players with more than 10 home runs, and then Russ Tolbert with 9. So, and their pitching staff has been, considering how many home runs this ballpark gives up, their pitching staff has been quite good. Juarez, 55 and 52. Brendan Myers, 27 home runs. Brooks Kleitz with 12 wins for them this season. Chihuahua, not in last place. Bill Salazar, 23 home runs. They don't hit for a high average. Their starters have been very, very good, even though their records don't indicate it. Keith Callahan looks pretty good. And the Tijuana Hops bringing up the rear. Bad offense, bad pitching. So now we go over to the West. The Tritons lead the Northwest Division by 11 games over Winnipeg. Second best offense, second best pitching staff in the West. Ben McDaniel is their ace. A couple of 300 hitters in that lineup. The Ghosts sitting right at around 500. Sam Heroux, 25 home runs for Winnipeg after coming over from Buffalo. And John Stevenson looks to be their best pitcher this season. The Vancouver Saints can pitch, can't really hit. Elijah Phillips looks to be their best bat this season. Felipe Angeles looks pretty darn good as their ace. And the War Dogs in last place at 40 and 65. Again, decent enough pitching. They can't hit, though. Mike Fiorito, they brought him in. He's been okay, but a lot of injuries, bad offense. Leads to a bad record. In the Rocky Mountain Division, we will take a look at the North Stars. You know what you're getting out of them. Good offense, pitching staff, not been great this season, but team is built for the future with a lot of prospects. Offense looks pretty good. Villegas, Soto, Sanzo, Mejia, good 1 through 4. Got some good defense up the middle, and we're led by a 23-year-old stud pitcher. Denver 2 games back. Luis Tovar is their main guy, 26 years old, and on the mound, it looks like Dave Ortiz. There's a name I love. The Wings having a difficult second season after winning the division last year. Scott Hunt, 43-year-old Scott Hunt, is their best offensive player, and Bobby Salazar is their best pitcher. They are struggling, and the Phoenix Deputies in last place in the division. Keith Black, their best offensive player, and Kevin Woodward, I guess, their best starter. And last but not least, the Great Plains division being dominated by the Omaha Fire, the defending champion Omaha Fire, looking to repeat as they have the best offense and the best pitching staff in the West. They're led by Mike Morey and Chris Beauchene, a couple of stud 26-year-olds in the middle of that lineup. Pitching staff just as good. Josh Mumford, Daniel Clark, and Shane White. Privateers having a nice season. Second place, 60 wins, 9 games out, led by Ernie Byers. 4 pitchers with at least 8 victories. The Flint Arrows spent a lot of money in the offseason, and they're in third place, 9.5 games out. Walt Boynton, 43 home runs, only 87 runs knocked in, on pace for 67 home runs in 160 games. They're paying him a lot of money to mash the baseball, and he is mashing it. Bill East was their other big pickup. Having a good year. Not quite as good as he was last year in New Orleans, but still having a good year. And bringing up the rear, the poor Kansas City Generals in a very, very tough Great Plains division in last place. Andy Cargill, their best hitter, and Ken Field, their best pitcher. So that's gonna do it, guys. When we come back, your next episode will be probably September 1st, assuming we're still in the postseason race. And we'll do what we normally do. We'll sim September, and then we'll get into some postseason / off-season. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Again, with this being the 3rd video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, join the Discord, blah, 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 blah. I appreciate you watching. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.